Dudes and Friends podcast, episode 14. Episode 14, Dudes and Friends podcast. It's that dude, Ruben, here joining on episode 14, joined by, of course, my buddy, my dude, Mr. Brandon. What's good, man?
What's going on? What's going on? Tuning in to we got NBA playoffs kicking off. We have some predictions. We got playing games going on.
We got a little bit of everything, man. We got NBA
Yeah, yeah.
playing games. We got some drama in the NFL. So much drama in the LBC, the NFL. We got Cinemacon this week. Um, Honestly, we haven't even talked about that enough on this
Yeah.
podcast, CinemaCon, because everything that's involved with it. Um, yeah, a lot of cool stuff, man. A lot of cool stuff. Episode 14. Follow us, subscribe, follow, retweet, repost, reshare, everything in between. Dudes and Friends podcast. Cool, man. Well, let's jump into it. You talked about the playing games, the NBA. The playing games are going on now, so by the time this comes out, the NBA bracket will be finalized. But um, the playing games have actually been pretty good so far. The Hornets had a nail biter with Miami in double overtime. Portland had a big win in Phoenix, um, and then Philly took care of Orlando without Embiid. That's noted because we can chat on that for a bit. And then currently, as we speak, Warriors and Clippers are playing now to take on the Phoenix Suns. But dude, I know we talked a little bit about it. It's cool. It is kind of cool to see Charlotte be, I don't want to say good, but like relevant a little, right? Because like it's good to see these teams that haven't had any success in a bit, and then like that crowd and that city comes alive a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And Lamelo took out Miami's best player. That's just pretty wild.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, they've been entertaining. LaMelo's a wild man. He plays like a crazy dude. I've never seen anybody play like that. He'll just dribble down and shoot from like half court. Just doesn't give a damn. Uh He's a big body, big point guard. He's pretty good, pretty solid. But yeah, dude, he did that. Saw highlights of that, or little clips of that. Him grabbing the ankle of Bam. Bam goes down hard. It's gonna, I mean, their season's over. But um, yeah, dude, bad way to go out. He went out earlier in the game. They were without their best player. But I mean, what's funny is it still came down to a game winner. LaMelo hit a shot late, ended up putting them over the top. So I think we talked a little bit like previously before we jumped on here just about like uh like the punishment. He just got like a $60,000 fine, and it's like, I mean, dude, you took a whole player out. I feel like, yeah, at least a game or two. I mean, we're saying probably a game because they're still in the play-ins. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, is there anything else you would even throw into that? Like, would you increase the fine too? Do you think like 100,000?
I
Because I mean,
think the fine is
60.
irrelevant, man. I think
Yeah.
I think the fine is irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything when you're making 40 mil a year. Um, I think, and look, we talked about this, and this goes across the board with all major sports. If you hurt somebody intentionally, right? Because we do know that there is a line between accident and non-accident. If you hurt somebody intentionally, obviously you're not trying to end their career or anything. But anyway, if you hurt somebody intentionally and they're out for a period of time, your suspension, first of all, you should be suspended. But second of all, your suspension should equate to the amount of time that they have to miss. That's right. Like that can't be a hot take. That's got to be like if you disagree, why do you disagree with that? That's great. That would be a hot take that you
Yeah.
disagree with.
I feel
And you
like,
brought up
yeah.
a Zach Greinke situation that happened a few years back, where he got hurt, and then the dude that hurt him, they had to extend his suspension, something like that.
Yeah, it's a collarbone fracture that he got. I'm pretty sure it was Grinky. Yeah, pitcher. Got in a scuffle, fractured his collarbone, was out. Obviously, what is that? Probably like a couple months. So yeah, that got extended. I remember seeing news about that. But yeah, I think a little eye for an eye action is appropriate. I think that's exactly what you should do. Like you said, I don't see any counter arguments to that on that being too much because it's not really too much. Like you took you grabbed a man's ankles, swept him
Yeah.
out, and he was out the rest of the game. Like that's what you did. Um, Also, like low key question: are the Heat like kind of soft though? Like how is there no scuffle after? Because you know they had that on the jumbotron, just showing LaMelo just like sweep his legs out from under him. So the Heat just I feel like you're on like a middle school, high school basketball team, and you get a little bit of pushing and shoving, but like the Heat just let that one slide. Like it's like that's
I don't
crazy.
think anybody noticed it.
You think? Yeah, you
Or
think so?
it
Like
was like super low key because it was like, yeah, I think it went unnoticed. And
yeah,
that's why, because play continued. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, it's crazy.
Or maybe the Heat was just like, man, we're tired of Bam scoring 80 and people still talking about it. We hope this dude gets hurt. No, I don't know. I'm making that up. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
not starting that rumor, but
He's ball hogging over
um,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even so, right? Even without him, they lost by one in overtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't. I think it went unnoticed. I think if it was a little bit more obvious, there definitely would have been some more a scuffle or something more involved.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, eye for an eye for sure, right? Like if you heard somebody like, I think an appropriate punishment, for better or worse for Charlotte is, LaMelo would have been suspended for this next game and just, make it a 1 game suspension. But, that
Yeah.
obviously is a huge game for them. Um, but that's not the case. He'll be available. He'll be playing. And again, that goes across all sports, right? If that happens in the NFL, and like we talked about earlier, you said it. If there's targeting and somebody's out a week for concussion, guess what? That safety or cornerback or linebacker is also out for a week.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I feel like that's super appropriate. I mean, it happens even more often in football where people are getting laid the hell out, knocked out, and yeah, and then they're out a whole an extra week, and corner safeties, he's right back at it. So, yeah, no, dude, I think it would help. We have a lot of good matchups like in that first round though. I was actually looking at it a second ago, like where a few of the other teams fell. Lakers Rockets will be pretty fun to watch, I feel like, in that first round.
Dude, LeBron and KD in the first round. That's a
Yeah,
good
and
matchup, dude. And
great
this
matchup.
will have to be LeBron because Luca's
Yeah.
out and Austin Reeves is out.
Yep, yep. So he's
So
gonna have to, yeah,
he's gonna have to be
vintage.
LeBron of vintage LeBron, young
Yeah.
LeBron.
Hell
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
but
So,
dude, you're right, man. There are some good matchups, dude. And then Denver and Minnesota, dude. First
yeah.
round, bro. That's a 7 game series.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Love to see that matchup. Anthony Edwards going at them. Yeah, dude. And then let's see. I think, of course, Spurs. I think they'll get rid of the Trailblazers. Pretty easy. I think they'll sweep them. I wouldn't be surprised. As far as
I
the
could,
other match,
yeah.
yeah, and then like the other matchups on the Eastern side, I mean, they're okay. I think there's really none that jump out
There's
at me like that.
none that jump out for sure. I don't know. I'm so like on the fence with Detroit just because they don't strike me as somebody that's like dominant. And it's because they haven't really been here before.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're gonna face either Charlotte or Orlando. Do you think either Charlotte or Orlando could give them fits or give them trouble? Which again,
Dude,
I don't really know.
yeah. I mean, honestly, maybe Charlotte with how they play, with how like they really freestyle it for the most part. They can put up a bunch of numbers with the amount of threes that they shoot. But I mean, Detroit, without Cade Cunningham, I don't think I think they could lose in the first round.
I
I
think
think,
Cade's back.
oh, is he back?
I think
I
he is
thought he was,
back. I
oh,
think he just
never.
came back.
Oh, well, I didn't think he would be back in time. But yeah, no, if he's back, then. I think the Hornets are the only team that could make it interesting, have a possibility. But when I've watched the Pistons play this year, he's been just so dominant. I mean, like he just controls the entire game. He's another really big guard, can do basically everything, moves the ball, plays defense, and then I mean he has a really good team around him. I mean that's why they're the number one seed. But yeah, I think Hornets is all. What do you think? Are you kind of leaning
I think
either
you're
way?
right. Charlotte could give a better fit, but I think it's just because like Dude, that's an AAU squad, Charlotte. Like there is no continuity. They're
Yeah,
just like
that's a good way to put it.
freestyling. They're just throwing up threes. LaMelo, he looks like, I mean, he physically looks like a kid, but he plays like a kid too. Like
Yeah.
there's no, dude, I don't know who the coach is of Charlotte, but there ain't no way they're running plays. Bro, they're just winging it down the court.
Dude, yeah.
So I don't know what they're doing, but I think that silliness and that craziness and that recklessness, like I think that could take Detroit to a 6 game series. And yeah, man, and they also Charlotte has the top two 3 point shooters in the NBA. LaMelo's number two, and that I forget that one white boy that he just
Yeah.
shoot the lights out. I forget his
Uh,
name.
Was he in the 3-point contest? Or no?
I don't
Man,
know
I'm thinking,
actually.
thinking of somebody else. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, dude,
Uh,
they shoot a lot of threes, a whole lot of threes. So teams like that, yeah, if you're on that night, you're probably gonna win.
I hear, and again, I don't really follow the East that much, just because I'm a Spurs fan, and I pay attention a little bit more to the West. I hear a lot of things about that Knicks Hawks series, how that could be a sneaky good series. Um,
Yeah.
and just with the Knicks, how inconsistent they are with as good a team as they have. Um, because in the playoffs, it is all about matchups. Um, I don't know. People talk, and I don't know anything about Atlanta. I couldn't tell you two players on that team.
Yeah.
Actually, I know CJ McCollum's on that team, which that's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, I couldn't tell you
Um,
anybody else on that team.
so they have Kuminga from the
Okay.
Warriors. Looks like
Yeah,
Buddy
yeah. Okay,
Hield.
okay. Buddy Heels on the
Um,
Hawks?
yeah, Buddy Hield's on the Hawks, and then Jalen Johnson, he sounds familiar. I think he might have been uh
I don't know, Jalen
playing
Johnson.
with Phoenix before, or maybe not, maybe
Uh,
not the same guy. But yeah, no, I mean they got a few vets on there. I would call vets on their team. I definitely even that though, I don't know. Me personally, I think the Knicks are going to get him out of there in like 5 to 6. I think they're going to get him out pretty quick. I mean, yeah, especially they're not losing games to Atlanta at MSG. I don't think there's a chance in hell they lose in New York.
Well, assuming they do get out of that series, they have another rematch in another semifinals in the East against the
Yeah,
Celtics potentially with a full healthy Celtics team.
yeah,
Same scenario as last year, and the Knicks beat them. So
yeah, man. I think the Knicks could beat them again because yeah, it's all about matchups. It's about matchups with those guards. Jalen Brunson's going to dominate. I mean, I guess it's going to depend on who's playing defense on them. They do a lot of pick and rolls in the NBA, so a lot of switches happen. They really get the matchups that they want, anyways, for the most part. But dude, that's so tough because Celtics don't have like the bigs that they had the last couple of years. They've kind of like a new big group. They don't really have like
mhm.
Porzingis isn't there. Kuminga's not there. I think pretty sure they lost another guy, but yeah. So I could definitely see the
Horford's not
Knicks.
there. Horford was on there. Now Horford's on the Warriors.
Horford's the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's I mean those are three really good players that you lost in that group, and then you got Cat that you're gonna have to deal with. So um and then they just have long players in general. A lot of their other guards besides Jalen Brunson, real tall, real long, hard to deal with. So I would see the Knicks probably getting over them again, even though I've been a Celtics fan since I was young. So I'd like to see the Celtics win, but yeah, not a good matchup for them right now.
So let me ask you real quick on both sides, on the East and the West. So I obviously we have the play-in games. Given given if you had to start from the beginning with the play-in games, with OKC and San Antonio being who you would go up against by winning these play-in games, would you rather play the Thunder or the Spurs in the first round?
Oh, yeah. Um, I mean, I think you'd probably just have to say the Spurs off of Thunder being recent the champs of last year and their whole squad's returning and they got the number one seed again. So, I think
Makes
that's one
sense.
you 100% want to avoid. Although you definitely don't want to play the Spurs either. So it sucks, but I think between those two, you probably have to lean that way, I would
I'm with
say.
you. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I think you'd rather play the Spurs, but again, matchups matter.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm looking at teams like the Clippers. Really, I'm just looking at the Clippers. I think the Clippers could give the Thunder a better series than anybody else. Um, I don't know. That's just all about
Yeah.
matchups. Um,
Um, Yeah, maybe I could see it. Yeah, I could definitely see it because, like you said, they have an older team, so they have a little bit
yeah,
of experience in the playoffs. So they could make it interesting for sure. I could definitely see that. I mean, you usually see that honestly, historically. Usually, when you have like really good young teams that are like low seeded in the playoffs or going into the playoffs, and they face like a Golden State or they face like a Houston from back in the day or like San Antonio from back in the day. Like when you run into those teams, it's like, yeah, you had a great regular season, but when it's time to turn it up, like the vets usually like take over, and it's like it's just a different game. So,
yeah.
um, y-
And
dude, I
coaching
think the
really
Clippers
stands out in the
could.
playoffs too.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely slows down a lot. Yeah,
Well, so same question on the East though. Would you rather play Detroit or Boston in the first round?
I'd say Detroit for sure. Boston's been good for a bit. You have two top tier players that you have to match up with on Boston. You'd have to deal with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think you probably want to avoid that, especially with how consistent they've been. Like each year in the playoffs, they really do show up. There's like certain games, where they have off games, but for the most part, they usually ball out. They don't really, like back in the day, you had certain players like Paul George used to get clowned all the time because he would just every single time he would get to the playoffs just choke artists like so bad. And then he finally turned it around not too long ago. But
Yeah.
I'd say Pistons, yeah, man. I'd have to go with them. Just I mean, they're a new team on the come up. I'd like to surprise them early.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, is there anybody, I know we talked a little bit about this before we move on from the NBA. Is there any teams that stick out, maybe that are including the play-in teams that are in the playoff bracket that given lack of playoff success that they should consider blowing things up next year?
Hmm. I think LA is gonna blow some stuff up next year, for sure. I think
Clippers or Lakers?
Lakers. I think. I mean, honestly, honestly, both will, because Clippers have much older players, and I think they're gonna blow that up. Lakers, I think LeBron's gonna be gone. I think JJ Redick's possibly gonna be gone.
Do you think he's going to be
Um,
gone?
I think it's possible, dude. With how much pressure they put on them, I think it's possible. I don't see it happening, but I think it's a possibility. I think there's like talk about that in the offseason, with like LeBron leaving. A lot of like I think that's gonna be a big part of it too. Like if LeBron leaves, that's just even more pressure on him. I mean, he's going to have Luca moving forward, so he'll be fine. But I think they're going to try to really build a team around him after this year. So they're going to blow some things up with what they have. And we had mentioned this team. I don't know how they haven't blown shit up already, but the 76ers, they should have blew this up 3 years ago. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're 100% going for that. I mean, Embiid has barely been there. I think they're going to make a move on that, or they're going to try to at least. Not sure of his contract. If it ends this year, great for you guys. If not, hopefully get a trade together. But yeah, they need to. It's a miracle they made the playoffs. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, they're going to need to move on from him, pay some other players, get some other big names in there. I
Yeah, man.
think.
I mean, I think they've been kind of lucky in the draft. With Tyrese Maxey, they got him. He's been balling out, and then they got
Yeah.
VJ Edgecombe. He obviously been balling out. He led their victory over the Magic in the play-in game, and they got Paul George too. Um, but I mean, Paul George was suspended for most of the season. Um,
Just
and then yeah,
PEDs. Yeah. Something.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
then yeah, Embiid's been hurt for a while. Bro, like that team needs to be blown up. That team needs
Yeah.
to be blown up. I don't care if they take the 76ers to 7 game or the Celtics to 7 games in the first
Yeah.
series. That team needs to be blown up. Like there's not they're only going to get older and what I don't know, man. I just like we talked about, right? We talked about like doing away with Embiid. There probably is a trade market out there for him. And probably I think teams could, there's a lot of teams that would be interested. And we even talked about I bet Oklahoma City could probably get a guy like that.
For sure. Be a good veteran
Unfortunately,
presence for him. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Unfortunately, they don't need, yeah, don't give them anything else. They get no benefits. They need to just take a year of draft picks away from him because they're getting too good. They have way too many.
bro, they just
Yeah.
that sorry city don't need any basketball
Yeah.
superpower there, man.
It is
Um,
wild. Yeah, man. I mean, that's it. Yeah, just the Thunder. But they're doing it. They're making it happen. It's funny because ever since they've been a team, they've been kind of solid. They had that window after KD where they were real bad for a little bit, but I mean they're right back. So,
yeah,
but that initial group was insane. Yeah, KD, Westbrook, Harden, Ibaka, all those guys.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was fun. Fun times.
Man. All right. Well, more NBA. We'll be chatting about that more. Obviously, we're just now
Yeah.
scratching the surface of the playoffs. So, more to come with that. Dude, we got to hit the drama trail, the hot gossip trail
Oh
in
yeah.
sports, man. So, in NFL world, good old drama, love it. For those that don't know, New England Patriots coach Mike Vrabel was caught candidly um, from some expert photographer TMZ type stuff. Um, would you call them intimate pictures or private pictures? I don't know how to describe them.
I'd
Um,
say I'd say intimate's a good word. I saw a little finger interlocking on one of them, you
there
know.
was some fingernail
I
hand
think I go,
holding, some
yeah.
dancing, something. They were chilling by the poolside. He was with Diana Rossini, NFL beat reporter. She works for the Athletic, which is a subsidiary of the New York Times, I think. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
they were that. So that happened. Mind you, both of them are married, and they've had a friendly relationship for a few years now, and yeah, so now comes into question a lot of things, and I know at least from what I've seen in the media and interviews, talking heads so far is that a lot of it was on her. Um, and I know again, right, people making this maybe, kind of talking maybe more of a sexist thing. Well, why are they attacking the woman and not the guy? I guess to be clear, there is a difference here. I don't know that it's a male or female type thing, right? Because if it was a female coach and a male beat reporter, I think right there, the male would have more of a responsibility because you're well, I guess I want to hear your take on it. What's your take on it, and with everything that's happened so far?
Like the yeah, so I mean I think they're definitely guilty of what's going on. I think just in general, she should have did what Mike Vrabel's doing now and don't say shit. She needs to deal with it at home, deal with what she has going on at home. She lied, deal with the consequences, whatever happens. Same with him. I know he has a whole family and shit. He's got kids and stuff. So I mean, I'm sure his shit got blown up at home. So deal with it at home, and then the media is just gonna run with whatever you say anyways. So she made it way worse with what she was saying. I'm
Say
with a group of
nothing.
people. We're with a bunch of friends. Oh, cool. Has there been a single picture of you all in a group or you all
Well,
with friends?
where
Where are
if
those
there
at?
was any
They're
friends, why have none
non-existent.
of those
Yeah.
friends spoke up?
Yeah, so it's just not yeah, because it's not
Not true.
fact. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like because if you don't say anything, maybe somehow you get out of it and maybe it just goes away magically. If no one knows like the truth, if you don't say anything at all, then it kind of just it's just rumor. It's just like a rumor or dust storm. But Yeah, since she said something, then she resigned, wrote that letter. It's kind of like that's what you're going to be remembered by, bro. That's your whole career. Like she said she had a great career, but now your whole career is remembered by that. Unfortunately, it's not going to be that way for Vrabel because I mean he played for years and years in the NFL. He's still going to have memories of that, and he's still the coach of the Patriots. He's still going to go back to his job. So I mean, there's definitely different situations. I think like if the roles were reversed, I don't know. Honestly, I think maybe see, this is why it's like such a this is why it's such a niche situation though. Cause I want to go a little let's go a little macro, I like to say. Let's get a little deeper into it. Cause who's the owner of the Patriots? Robert Kraft. We
Yep.
know he likes to get a little down and dirty. So to be honest with you, it's just a completely different situation. Like I think regardless of who it was, Robert Kraft's going to be like, it's something we all do type shit, and he's not going to give it.
Been there, done that.
Right, exactly. So I feel like he'd do that. But like in another situation, because what I was thinking about like, what if like a WNBA head coach like did that with like a male reporter. I do feel like yeah, her job would probably be in a lot more in much higher jeopardy. But you have different owner, kind of different situation. But I do think that which is yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, I think Kraft makes it a little bit easier for him. So I think I think he's in the clear. What do you think though?
um, you
You
bring up
think
a
it'll
great point. So there's so many layers to this. It's not as simple as like they were photographed, they potentially did something inappropriate, they're both married, what should happen? It's not as simple as that. There's too much context here. Um, the context is, well, okay, hold on. Let's unpack this. So you talked about she said something and maybe she shouldn't have said anything at all. She did say something. She tried on first before she even made the apology, or I guess she made the apology, and then I guess to your point, she was tweeting something about NFL news or the combine. She tried to just ignore it. She tried to just go past it. And then people in the comments, like every comment under it was like, no, absolutely not. And yeah, you're not sliding by this one. And
yeah.
honestly, that was such a ballsy move by her to just like, all right, I'm going to forget that this didn't happen and just move on. I respect that. Social media did not respect that.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so the layers in this is the pictures that were taken. They were done. They were according to media outlets. They were done by private investigator.
Yeah.
Why was the private investigator, trying to get these photos? Who were they targeting? Were they targeting Mike Vrabel or were they targeting Diana Rossini? And who called them to take said photos? Who hired them? So a lot of unanswered questions there. And I look again. It's I talking about if the roles were reversed, how would it be? I think the reason I say I guess in your scenario, if it was a WNBA head coach and a male beat reporter, I think the beat reporter they're representing they're representing relationships with everybody in the league. Whereas Mike Vrabel is responsible for one NFL team. Um, you're when as a beat reporter, you have a lot of relationship and trust with a lot of different coaches, GMs, owners to get these sources. When something like that happens, you lose trust from a lot of your sources, and so I mean I think it is going to affect her more because she could find a job elsewhere, but is she going to have those sources anymore to give her that information? I don't think so. And that's why I think if the roles were reversed, it would affect the male more than it would the female. Now, that being said, look, like you said it, this happened to Bob Kraft. He knows about this. This isn't the first time this has happened in Boston. This happened to Joe Mazzulla, or not Joe Mazzulla, Ime Udoka. He was a head coach of the Celtics. I'm pretty sure I think he had just took them to the NBA Finals against the
Yeah.
Warriors, and they lost. and then
Yeah.
he had an affair with the staffer and he got fired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, right? He was held responsible. They moved on after just taking his team to the championship series. Mike Vrabel just took his team to the Super Bowl. Does it go that deep? Like, what's the punishment for Vrabel, if any?
See, yeah, no, that's a really, really great point actually. So like I think it really does have a ton to do with the owner. I think it has so much to do with the owner and team success. Because like when you think about it, like trying to think of like other so let's say who's doing decent. I can like only think of teams that did great. But let's say
I
like
mean,
the
the Celtics have been doing decent. Like they won a championship a few years ago against Dallas, and they're still
right.
decent. Like they
Right.
continued the success post Ime Udoka.
Yeah, so let's say like the like you see like a Titans head coach like with like Aaron Andrews
Okay.
is the Titans head coach. He's probably going to get punished. I think he's probably going to get punished to some extent if this is like a public thing. Your team, you can't even get a damn 11 guys on offense to play together. Last year, you almost got your rookie quarterback killed, the future of your franchise. Um, you guys are just you're at the bottom of the barrel there. Like you have a high draft pick, you need to rebuild immediately, and then this is what you're doing in the off season type stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see punishment happening in other situations, but yeah, dude, it's just crazy that that happened. Like I've never, obviously, I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if has that even happened before, like NBA, MLB, NFL, with like a high tier reporter and like a head coach or player. I don't even remember like a player even doing something like that, which that's where you would think it would come from first. But
So, I mean, surely it has. I mean, I'm gonna say that it has. We don't know a lot because I'm willing to bet a lot of this has been swept under the rug
I'm a low
by
key.
certain. They were able to get hold of this information before it was leaked to the public.
And I bet they
Um,
didn't come out and start talking about it. Like I said, Diana Rossini, if she would have stayed quiet, I wonder if the NFL would have helped her out, sort of on the rug a little bit, you know?
well, I
It,
guess in fairness to her, or in fairness to the Athletic, or her contract
yeah,
was up in June anyway, and
right. Yeah, I
so
saw that.
even if she didn't say anything, like there was a good chance she wasn't going to get a new contract moving forward.
Such bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing.
So
Yeah.
bad timing
So
for her.
I don't know. I mean, then like there was leaks throughout the season that AJ Brown was unhappy in Philly and that his destination was wanting to go to New England. I think
Yeah.
she was at the center of those leaks. So now it's like, why was she starting those leaks? Why, and now I don't know, man. Trust.
Yeah.
She loses a lot of trust. So
Great point. Yeah.
she can get a job somewhere. I don't know that those sources are going to be the same moving forward. And I don't know how easy it is for her to be able to get breaking news and to get in with like one-on-one interviews anymore. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, man, I wouldn't want to give anyone any information like that if you don't trust them. I mean, they're gonna go say that you're the one that gave it to them.
yeah, can you
You can't
imagine
trust
like
anything.
she's interviewing the Buffalo Bills
Yeah.
and like she's asking questions about their day to day, any roster moves, and they're like, "Why the hell would we tell you? Like you're sleeping in bed with the New England Patriots. Like why? Why? We're not going to tell you anything."
Yeah, yeah. It's terrible, man. Yeah, I mean, see what she does. I'm sure she'll end up being on like fucking news network or something, Fox or something, whatever they have out there for her. But I don't know. Or she disappears, or she's very embarrassed because it's gonna be hard for her. She's gonna have that Dirty Diana nickname for a minute. It's gonna be going around for a minute. You might have to disappear for a year or two, or I'm sure she'll go on Club Shay Shay here next summer.
Maybe
Make
she could
some,
just go to Club Shay Shay, and then
yeah,
maybe she could start a podcast.
right,
You know,
yeah.
start a podcast.
Well,
That is the easiest in, and then who knows? In a few years, if that becomes successful, maybe you can find your way back in the NFL world.
yeah.
Um, that happens. But
Nice little rebrand. Should be all right.
Wolf, yeah, big wolf for Dirty Diana there.
Yeah.
But let's see how that plays out. Um, dude, let's shift gears here. We've been talking about it off camera. Cinemacon is this week, is currently going on. And does it end tomorrow? Does it end Thursday? Or does it go on through the week?
I want to
Actually, it
see.
does end Thursday. I'm looking at it right now. It does end
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. So with the main event
Dude,
of
incredible. Okay. So
Disney.
for those that don't know, CinemaCon it's in Vegas. Um it's basically it's a I mean I don't know how you describe it. It's like a convention of like the major studio heads. You got Warner Brothers, Universal, Sony, and then of course you have Disney and Marvel, and they're kind of previewing what they have going on the rest of the year, dropping some trailers, dropping new trailers, um, making some big announcements, and then of course, obviously, this concludes on Thursday with the biggest one, which is Marvel and Disney, and reportedly Marvel's dropping the new Doomsday full trailer, which that'll be bananas if they do.
Yeah, yeah. We've had Dune 3 for a while, the Dune 3 trailer for a while, and yeah, that comes out same day. So I feel like it's about that time. You know, I feel like they're gonna have to give it to us today, if not, or not today, to tomorrow, maybe Friday morning. If not, maybe see that. Coming out in front of either Mandalorian and Grogu or in front of Spider-Man. Maybe they do push it all the way to July. I don't think so though, because there's been a lot of hype coming out of CinemaCon for a lot of the other movies. You know they're going head to head with Dune 3. Apparently they showed the first 8 minutes of Dune 3 last night, and I was watching a lot of videos of people saying it's insane. Like people are saying it's like you know the beginning of Saving Private Ryan when it's like just
Yes, going
all
on the
out.
beach.
They're saying it's like that, but like in space, they're going into a planet doing that. So like they're saying it's like crazy. A couple of the channels I've been watching, and so what I think that's going to do, I mean, Marvel's going to want to, you know, get that hype. I mean, they're fighting for that date. Dune already has all the IMAX screens apparently, so Doomsday isn't going to have any IMAX screens. They're going to want to make as much money as possible. They threw the bank at this movie. Everybody's going to be in it, everybody. So I mean, yeah, dude, I think they're gonna drop the trailer. I think they're gonna try to one up Dune. Um, I hope they don't push it off, but man, I'm hype. I wonder if we get to see. I think they'll for sure show a little bit of Doom. I don't know how much we'll see. I'm guessing we're just gonna see a quick flash of him because there's so many characters that are gonna be in this movie. So I think we'll
Dude,
see
way too many. Can you imagine
way too
their
many.
trailers, like the set, like what I remember what it was like for Endgame, what the trailer situation was. I can't
Right.
imagine what the trailer situation is for Doomsday.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I think we'll probably see most of the characters that were in the chair watch video and then a flash of doom. And that's about it. I think it's gonna be like a teaser. I bet it'll be about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Um, maybe we do get a full 2.5 minute one, like first official trailer, but we're gonna get a little bit of something. I'm excited because there's gonna be a lot of buzz just in general on like other announcements too, I think with Marvel. So I think that Vision Quest series is supposed to be coming
Yeah.
out soon. There's not a date for it, so I bet that gets announced tomorrow. Maybe they show a little bit of that. Apparently it's done. Like similar to like Wonder Man, apparently it's been done not nearly as long as Wonder Man was done for, but I think it's been done for a little bit. So I wonder if they show a little bit of that. Maybe they drop a trailer for that also. Um,
So
dude,
I'm
there's been
looking at the schedule now, and
yeah.
so tomorrow from 2:30 to 4:30 um, is when the Disney does their upcoming release schedule, and
Okay.
that's their big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, dude, I'm excited for it. I think Disney's gonna have a good one. They're probably gonna talk Star Wars stuff. They're gonna talk Daredevil Born Again season 3. We've been watching that second season. It's been pretty solid.
So good.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sure they'll talk about season 3. Sony already talked about Spider-Man Brand New Day, so
And
they
beyond the universe.
Oh, dude, yeah, so hyped for that. So hyped for that. Other projects, we just really have Secret Wars. So like Secret Wars, Vision Quest. I think that's about it. Like for next year, if because I don't think Vision Quest is going to come out before Doomsday this year. Probably sometime. But are there any other movies that are slated for next year besides Secret Wars? I don't think there
We
are.
talked about this. I don't think that there is
Yeah.
just Disney Plus projects, but no
Yeah.
movies.
Ooh, maybe we learn something tomorrow. You know, it would be insane if we get a little. There's been rumors that they were going to split Secret Wars into two. What if they announced that? Split that into two. That'd be pretty dope. But
I
maybe
don't
I'm
want
getting too
that.
excited. You don't think so?
I
I'd
don't
rather.
know. But I don't. I just don't. I guess selfishly, I don't want to wait longer and
I'm
longer
trying to think of. Yeah, I don't know how
because
they would.
Isn't Secret Wars going to be a sequel to Doomsday?
Yeah, apparently, like this is supposed to be like a time runs out, like run is what Doomsday is supposed to be like. So it's like the yeah, basically like the entry into Secret Wars. Apparently, they are just like fighting incursions the whole time. Um, what I've been seeing, but I mean that makes sense. But yeah, apparently we'll get some God Emperor Doom in Secret Wars. Maybe he's going to be wearing a white coat, white fur coat, sitting on a pimp chair. It'll be pretty nice, just running stuff. We're gonna get Galactus back, Ultron's coming back, Thanos is coming back, all of them. It's gonna be the shit. Can't wait.
Damn, that's crazy,
Oh
man.
yeah,
That's
Deadpool,
a
Wolverine, all of them. It's
damn.
it's so insane to think about, dude. Like all the OG X-Men, like it's really about to be here. Like 24 hours from now, we should see it. We should actually see like that movie is real. Like it's just so insane. Tomorrow or Friday.
We'll know
It's
by this
it's
weekend, right? For
yeah.
sure by this weekend, something.
Yeah. Just so crazy.
I mean, we read a lot of things about Doomsday. Some people already saw it, some execs and higher ups, and they said it was the greatest Marvel project to date, which obviously amazing. I read somewhere that it was like a brief synopsis of the movie, but without talking about the movie. And somebody said that the movie's amazing, and then you think that it ends, and then it ends like screen goes black, and then more happens, and it's like there's a whole another hour to the movie, and the movie just it completely turns on it, and everything that you think that you just saw was like you're just it's a bait and switch, is what they said for the
I
second
did
for.
see that post. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like what? Like what? I need more. I need more. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I
Yeah, it
don't know.
sounds fun.
So we're still waiting on our press badges for D23. So
I know, man. Yeah.
maybe that got lost in the shuffle, but
Yeah.
Marvel, Disney, hit us up. We're still waiting.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Send
dude,
the Addy. We'll send the Addy. We got you. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, man. And then also just they dropped all the smaller trailers that people haven't talked about much. They dropped a trailer for Insidious. I
Yeah.
saw a trailer for that scary movie Passengers. That looks like a
Yeah.
really scary movie for this year.
Did look good.
Um, they're gonna drop tomorrow, which by the time this comes out, the trailer will already be out. But they're gonna drop Street Fighter, the full trailer.
Yeah.
We talked about that one, and there'll be more, man. There'll be more. I'm excited,
Yeah.
and dude, Cinemacon looks dope.
It does. It does. Have you heard about that movie Digger with Tom Cruise?
I did. I saw it's a was it an A24 movie or I
It
don't know
might
what.
be. I'm not sure.
No,
I know
no,
that.
maybe it's not. I don't know, but yes, I did see that one. I did see that one.
Yeah, apparently they showed like some footage and it was supposed to be like really, really good. And like he looks completely different. Apparently the makeup's really good in it. He looks like a completely different guy. Has like similar characteristics to that Lex Grossman guy from
Yep.
Tropic Thunder screaming and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that should be entertaining. But yeah, man, it's an exciting time. And then tonight was Universal, so they're going over Odyssey and Disclosure Day are the two big ones. showing some new footage for. I've already seen some tweets of people super excited about that. Like they saw a battle in the Odyssey on the beach by the Trojan horse, and then I saw like Disclosure Day. There was some footage of like the UAPs flying around fighter jets. Saw some great people. So that's what's up. But yeah, man, it's gonna it's gonna be a good year. It's a good year. And then yeah, you mentioned the Sony stuff. What all did you see from that, like Brand New Day or
I saw. So yeah, I saw. I guess they showed a small clip or a teaser footage from Spider-Man Beyond the Multiverse, and it was from the point of view of Prowler Miles Morales,
okay,
and so that's pretty wild.
that is cool.
Um, but yeah, and then I think it showed like a brief battle between Miles Morales and Spot, who was the main bad guy in the second one across across the multiverse
Yeah,
or Spider Verse, whatever.
right.
Um, but dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot.
Dude, yeah, there's a lot to
It's
unpack
a good
here. There's a
show.
lot to
Yeah.
unpack here.
It is. It's a good time to be a movie fan. Really good time to be a movie fan. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Like I said, we'll get a lot more news on the Marvel side. It's going to be a great year for them. I rewatched like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four last weekend actually. I mean, those movies are good. They're getting back on the right track. Really getting
Yeah,
back there. Yeah.
yeah, they
So,
were good. I rewatched Thunderbolts not that long ago, and then obviously, you know, those were good movies.
yeah.
And then Daredevil is a really good show, Born Again.
Right.
And you know, season three is in the works now. And then obviously that's like those characters are bleeding into the Spider-Man movies. So, you know, who knows
Yeah.
if they have a role um moving forward, but all good projects coming up. So,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
but yeah, man. Um all good stuff, dude. All good stuff. Episode 14, the big 1-4.
Oh yeah.
We can buy, I don't know, 14. I don't think that's a special number. It's just a teenager. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So NBA playoffs, we'll catch up more on that. We'll talk more on the playoffs, see what everybody's situation is. Um, and then with the movies, man, I know next time we'll talk, we could probably hopefully drop these trailers and these videos because
Oh
you
yeah.
know they'll be out, and hopefully we can do a little breakdown, which I'm be excited to do. That'll be
Hell
fun,
yeah.
man.
It'll be fun. Let's
Um,
do it.
but yeah, man, this is good. Like, thumbs up, subscribe, follow. Dudes and Friends podcast, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Get at us. This has been fun. Um, I'm Ruben. It's that dude Brandon. I gotta go. There it is. There it is. It's that dude Brandon. Get at us, follow us, retweet, do everything in between, and we'll see you guys on episode 15. Peace.
Go.